minutes. Our questions that we're putting out in this edition of The Burning Question. Has the Virat missile been fired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi to destroy Congress's and Rahul's Chaukidar Chor Hai attack? Is Rajiv Gandhi and the politics surrounding the former Prime Minister really going to dominate the last leg of the 2019 battle? Is the Prime Minister's new strategy to counter Gandhi's raking up Rajiv Gandhi time and again? He's mentioned it in every single rally the last few days. Can Congress deny Rajiv's INS Virat holiday? The facts are all out, the details of which are also out. And finally, have the real issues in 2019, the issues that matter to you and me, been sidelined again in this kind of politicking? And joining us on this broadcast, we've got political commentator Syed Asad Abbas here in our studios. Also with us, BJP's Tuhin Sinha and Ajit Jha, editor of Research of India Today. I want to first go across to Gaurav Sawant, who's joining us on this broadcast. Gaurav, exclusive details of that holiday, of the Gandhi's holiday here on India Today. You know, we've been putting out those details, those pictures of Rajiv Gandhi with his family there in Lakshadweep. The focus now has come back to this because of what the Prime Minister said. Is this an attempt by the BJP, a very clear strategy to really put the focus on Rajiv Gandhi now?
So it all started with the Congress Party President Rahul Gandhi saying that he'll dismantle the Prime Minister's image. This is what Rahul Gandhi said in an interview, and this was some internal conversations from what we are told within the Congress, where he asked what's the Prime Minister's strongest point, and he was told that his image, that he's incorruptible. And that's when he said, fine, that's what we'll destroy, according to media reports. And then he went on to talk about Rafale, the alleged corruption in Rafale, and it then went on to say, it went on to this Chaukidar Chor Hai jibe. Subsequently, the Prime Minister hit back on that Bhashtachari, on that Chaukidar Chor Hai with Bhashtachari #1 for Rajiv Gandhi, then taking it to the 1984 anti-Sikh riots. That's something that has traction both in Delhi and in Punjab. And he's also named that. And also the Union Carbide in Bhopal. Remember, Bhopal also goes to polls this weekend, this Sunday. So this is where it's a very pinpointed, if I may use that terminology, surgical strike in constituencies where these are very, very emotive issues. And yes, you're absolutely right. This is a reaction. This is a counter to two things. Bhashtachari #1 is a counter to Chaukidar Chor Hai. Then there was this allegation that the Prime Minister uses the Indian Army as his personal army and takes credit for the Balakot airstrikes or the surgical strikes. This is in response to that, when he says that your father used the Indian Navy for a private holiday for 10 days.
Ajit Jha, there is an attempt here by the Prime Minister to rekindle that controversy and that memory of how a Centaur-class aircraft carrier and a submarine was used for a vacation by the Gandhis. Do you think it's very difficult now for the Gandhis to defend this kind of a controversy? Has the Prime Minister really put them in a spot?
The biggest problem that was committed in this entire campaign right from the beginning was this slogan by Rahul Gandhi, Chaukidar Chor Hai. The trouble is, the Congress had a brilliant agenda with Nyay and, jobs and farmers' distress. But they kind of forgot about it and latched on onto this Chaukidar Chor Hai. And this has boomeranged on the Congress because, the Prime Minister has obviously hit back with Bhashtachari #1 and now this INS Virat. And obviously in a negative campaign, mudslinging from both sides, it will damage the Congress's credibility enormously, #1. #2, it will make the entire campaign presidential rather than parliamentary. Remember the argument that this election was being fought in 545 seats, but this brings it back to Modi versus Rahul. And in that, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has an advantage. So very cleverly, the Prime Minister has turned the entire table on the Chaukidar Chor Hai jibe by Rahul Gandhi, which I think was a mistake from the very beginning. Negative campaigns can mobilize votes, but negative campaign have enormous risk. It can boomerang on the person who's making the campaign negative.
Yes.
So I think that's what exactly has happened in with the slogovers and the real issues of jobs, unemployment, and farm distress has completely been marginalized.
Absolutely.
As a result.
So, that is something that we'll discuss about how some issues that really matter to the people seem to have been sidelined in this entire political discourse. But Syed Asad Abbas, do you feel that what the Prime Minister said is controversial, or it's perfectly allowed in this kind of a political battle, considering that, yes, you may say that what is the relevance of what happened in the 1980s to today? What he's hinting at is what the Gandhis stand for.
Well, precisely, I think my stand here as a citizen of this country, if there is no joint parliamentary committee on the Rafale, what is there to hide? अगर चौकीदार चोर है तो है, कभी हमारे प्रधानमंत्री साहब चाय वाले बन जाते हैं जो कभी चौकीदार. If he is a real चौकीदार, how could he allow a Nirav Modi or a Vijay Mallya or any of them to leave this country? And precisely the point here, there is no need to bring in former Prime Minister, who's not just a former Prime Minister, but a Bharat Ratna. Bharat Ratna is the highest civilian award. And to me, as a citizen of India, it irks that such a cowardly act by the Prime Minister Modi to take upon a Rajiv Gandhi or a Nehru or so on and so forth. I think that is not called for.
But as a citizen of India, aren't you equally outraged by the fact that an aircraft carrier was used for a personal vacation and a submarine for 10 days?
What is the proof? Is there substantial proof?
There are photos. We can put out the photos right now.
If the proof is given, then yes, I do agree with you. If not, but therefore there should be also scrutiny on Rafale deal as well. 30,000 crore given to his friend Anil Ambani, and that is absolutely not okay. If our Prime Minister claims to be incorruptible, kindly prove it. You are also corrupted. That is the reason why JPC is not being formed, and that is absolutely not okay looking at the perspective.
Tuhin Sena, what do you have to make of this allegation? The charge is that this is an attempt by the Prime Minister to divert attention from the Rafale controversy, from the attack from the Congress and the Chaukidar Chor Hai slogan.
Well, the fact that you don't have a Congress representative today on your show to defend what the Prime Minister has said shows how indefensible the whole issue is. I mean, look at the breach of national security which happened when this entire warship was used for a vacation, and this was reported by none. The basis of this was none other than a report published in India Today. So the fact is, if you look at it in the last 12 hours, while the Congress people have criticized the Prime Minister, nobody has denied the misuse of INS Virat. That's point number one. Number two, when the Prime Minister himself counted at least 20 galis which have been hurled to him in the last few weeks, in the last few days. Now, when you hurl the choicest abuses at him, I think the Prime Minister will also be compelled to remind Rahul Gandhi and the Congress people of the legacy which they have inherited and which makes them naturally corrupt, which is precisely what he has done. Third, when you give all this gyan that dead people should not be talked ill about, just last week, Rahul Gandhi had given a lecture somewhere where he's seen mocking Veer Savarkar, who was a nationalist to the core. So I think the Congress needs to realize, this Congress of Rahul Gandhi needs to realize that when you live in glass houses, you should not throw stones at others.
I think that is very, very debatable. I think let's not get to that.
First of all, I think your argument,
both of them, my friend, I think it is not
first of all, your argument does not even merit anything because you keep saying 30,000 crores was given to Ambani. Get your facts right.
That is my point.
No, first of all, I don't think you have a right to correct me, because if you look at your argument, 30,000 crore given to Ambani, get your facts right.
My friend,
Rahul Gandhi will be sued for this comment sooner than later. So can you be sued?
I don't want to go into the Rafale debate again. This is not about what's happened or what's not happened in
the facts of the case. Don't sound like the Gandhi family.
Okay, Tuhin Sena, we're going on about Rajiv Gandhi this, Rajiv Gandhi that. The question that then comes up is what happens to the issues that matter in 2019. One second, Abbas, one second. What about the issues that matter in 2019? Rajiv Gandhi this, Rajiv Gandhi that, all these political attacks are well and good, but what about the issues that matter to the people?
It does not matter to Modi ji. The 2 crore jobs promised, Jumlabazi as addressed by Amit Shah ji, 15 lakh to bas Jumla tha, 2 crore jobs.
So fair enough. If you look at the speeches of Modi ji in the initial phases of election, so which is the party which is giving you numbers about the people who have benefited through the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana? Which is the party which is giving you the number of the villages which have been electrified? Which is the party which is actually giving you data of the road construction which has happened in the last 5 years? So, but obviously when you try to vitiate the atmosphere with the choicest abuses against the Prime Minister, you will get a response in the manner, in the language that you understand, which is precisely what is happening.
So these renaming of schemes and bringing together, and which is not benefiting
So I
the
really,
end factor, I do not know how does
with
that
due
make
respect,
sense,
I really wish I had a Congress representative to debate this, because this is a very serious issue, and political analysts who debate for the heck of it are not serving any purpose.
No, we did reach out to the Congress. We gave out an official invite.
No, because this is a very serious issue. I hope the Congress perspective comes out. Yeah.
No, I agree. I think we're all on the same page here that the Congress must also speak out. But the Congress here maintains, Tuhin, the reactions at least that have come in so far is that this is an attempt to divert attention and that they are trying to malign the image of Rajiv Gandhi for no reason. That is the defense that's coming from the Congress.
And that too for a Bharat Ratna, kindly give honor to the highest civilian award. Or is Bharat Ratna inconsiderable to you and your party? Kindly answer, Tuhin Sinha.
I repeat that for us the main issues, the core. I repeat that for us the main issues, the core issues remain what we have done in the last 4 years, which includes road construction, which includes electricity. In fact, even today you have the portal which was created at the end of 48 months, which is updated on a real-time basis to show the amount of work which has happened.
My friend, you're only giving me textbook answers. Do not give me textbook answers.
Prime Minister hurling the choice
I hail from Karnataka and there are no jobs for the youth. There are no jobs whatsoever. Agrarian crisis are at a strong point.
One at a time, Abbas.
I think this is
in the last 45 years, this is the peak when the youths have no jobs whatsoever. Agrarian crisis
let's come back to the issue.
Modi ji can take selfies with Karan Johar and gang, but he has no time to address farmer issues.
Let's come to the issue at hand again. On the issue of politics over Rajiv Gandhi, you're saying that the Prime Minister is answerable for
respond to the anchor's questions, not to this blunt rhetoric which is being unleashed over here.
Tuhin, I'll come to you. Let me just ask this question of Abbas as well. You're saying that the Prime Minister is answerable for Rafale and that he should be coming out with some sort of clarification, should allow a JPC.
That's right.
So aren't the Gandhis also answerable then when the Prime Minister raises this? This is an issue that has come up now to the spotlight. Shouldn't the Gandhis come out and answer?
Akshita, have you thought why in the last 5 years this never came up, and why is it a news item for all of us?
No, we all know the timing of it. We all know why the Prime Minister has brought it up because of the elections. There's no doubt about that. But having said that, isn't it a controversy? Isn't it wrong to have used an aircraft carrier?
My stand here at your show, yes, the Gandhis are answerable as well. They are answerable as well. If so INS Virat was used for their purpose and the family holiday, they are definitely answerable for it. But also our dearest Modi ji has, I think if you look at the whole spectrum of him flying into different nations, of course he's gone out, done the work to the best of abilities. But if that is also scrutinized, we can do so as well.
No, so this is another controversy.
Of course, the Gandhis are...
No, the opposition has time and again come out to question the Prime Minister on his foreign tours, on the amount spent on these official tours. And now you have this kind of a controversy coming out. And what standing does the Congress have to question the Prime Minister then on his foreign travel?
Certainly, most importantly, my stand here, irrespective of being a political commentator, but I speak as a citizen of this country. Yes, if this has been brought about, Congress and the Gandhi family are definitely answerable to it. And so is Modi ji. Could you tell me a brief figure of the amount, the mammoth, the magnanimous total expenditure which has been spent on Modi ji's trip?
No, there has been a large amount of controversy on this as well, which is why I put that question to you.
There's a nice saying that if traveling was free, you'd never see Modi ji back in India again.
Okay, so, Ajit, considering the politics that you're seeing over Rajiv Gandhi, do you think this is something that will really resonate with people in the last leg of the 2019 battle? Is this a gamble by the BJP or a very well thought out strategy?
Yeah, I think it's a very well thought out strategy. It's basically, as the Congress has claimed, it has diverted the entire attack by the Congress on the BJP away, and it has pushed the campaign, comparing it to what happened 35 years ago. So in a way, it's like, diverting the real issues of today very cleverly and making the campaign into a presidential campaign instead of a prime ministerial campaign. So I think the BJP has done a tremendous job on this.
Ajit, just stay with us. Let's also listen in to exactly what Priyanka Gandhi had to say. Remember, when the Prime Minister has brought up Rajiv Gandhi time and again, he also dared the Congress to go ahead and fight this election on the issue, on the name of Rajiv Gandhi. Here's what Priyanka Gandhi's response was to that.
अगर आप में हिम्मत है, तो दिल्ली का चुनाव अभी बाकी है. आपके उस पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री के जिसको लेकर के 2 दिन से आप आंसू बहा रहे हो, उनके मान सम्मान के मुद्दे पर आइए दिल्ली के अंदर चुनाव लड़े। आ जाओ मैदान में।
खुली चुनौती दे रही है दिल्ली की लड़की। चुनाव के आखिरी 2 क्षण नोटबंदी पर लड़िए, जीएसटी पर लड़िए, महिलाओं की सुरक्षा पर लड़िए और उन वादों पर लड़िए जिन्होंने आपने पूरे देश के नौजवानों को आपने जब झूठे वादे किए और जो धोखा दिया उन पर लड़िए।
Tuhin Sinha, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and the Congress there are saying, why not then you fight the election on real issues, on the issue of GST, on the issue of demonetization, on the issue of unemployment?
See, Priyanka, I feel sorry for Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. The whole UP elections of 2017 in February, March was fought on the election of on the issue of demonetization. What happened? We won 325 seats. So probably she does not even remember that. And even today, the same issues are the issues which she mentioned are the issues which we are fighting the elections on. The fact of the matter is that just because you don't have the authentic job data available, there is ample corroborative evidence of jobs having been created. Whether it is a FICCI report which has corroborated some 6 crore jobs only in the MSME sector, whether it is the Mudra loans which has created new entrepreneurs. If there was a real problem of joblessness, you would not have seen a 7% plus GDP growth. That's a fact. And let me also come to Rafale over here. If we had anything to hide, do you remember that in the first week of January, both Arun Jaitley ji and Nirmala Sitharaman had explained the issue threadbare in Parliament, whether it was why Anil Ambani was involved, because there are 70 offset partners, which I'm sure neither Rahul Gandhi has cared to get into, nor the political panelist Syed Abbas on this panel. There are 70 offset partners.
If you have nothing to hide on Rafale, if you're very confident of your numbers on unemployment with regards to GST, demonetization, all of that. Yes, Tuhin, just answer this one question. Why bring out an issue from the 1980s in this election?
No, so that is precisely what I tried to explain at the start. We are ready to fight the elections on these issues, but when you continuously hurl the choicest abuses on the Prime Minister, make the most absurd allegations, do you expect to point the Prime Minister will be compelled to give you back, and give you back by reminding the legacy which you have inherited, an obnoxiously corrupt legacy, which is probably what makes you indulge in fraud like the National Herald.
Okay. Final word.
Had you inherited a clean legacy, you would have not, been a corrupt. The Congress would not have been so corrupt itself.
So you said about abuses, but abuses have been from both sides. I think Sonia Gandhi ji has been called Congress ki Vidya, so as Rahul Gandhi as hybrid bacha. It's been on the both sides. Let's be honest here. Both Congress and BJP have done that. Now, my friend, you mentioned about jobs. Job creation can't be based on hearsay numbers. Maybe, could be, should be. No, I do not agree with that. And if you've observed Rahul Gandhi's rallies, all he says is Chaukidar. The masses allowed say chor hai. So yeah, I'd like to submit my point there. Thank you.
Okay, so what we're seeing right now is while this politics over Rajiv Gandhi continues, the Congress is saying that this is a diversionary tactic
issue
by the Congress.
When Rafale issue just...
Yes, do it quickly. I have less than 10 seconds. Quickly.
When the Rafale issue, when Nirmala Sitharaman ji was explaining the Rafale issue in Parliament in the first week of January, you have images of Rahul Gandhi continuously winking. That is the maturity, that is the level of understanding of this opposition.
You mentioned about this demonetization and so on and so forth. I think Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh answered on GST
from
and
Rajiv Gandhi, we've touched Rafale, GST, demonetization and whatnot. But I do like to thank all our guests for joining us. Ajit Jha, Syed Abbas, Tuhin Sinha, thanks very much for joining us on this broadcast.
Thank you.
You're seeing politics breaking out over the last few days on Rajiv Gandhi. The Congress is saying this is a diversionary tactic from Rafale. The BJP saying it's important that the people of India know exactly what the Gandhis are about.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.